We've talked food. We've talked fun. Now it's really time to talk baseball.
Yeah.
The one and only Corey Miller here from Bottom Side Sports. First of all, good morning to you.
Good morning to you guys. Good to be here.
We got to start because that's how baseball is. You start out strong with a little fist bump. Starting pitcher today, Sonny Gray. I don't think he had a great spring, so give me some optimism for today.
He had an ERA over 12 in the spring. That's never great. It's his first opening day in St. Louis. He didn't get to start last year on opening day, even though he's the ace. He was always going to be the opening day starter, no matter what his spring ERA was. Velocity's down a little bit as well. A lot of folks asking about that, but this guy's been around for a long time. This is his former team, the Twins. He knows them pretty well. He was always going to be the opening day starter, and he just battles out there. Now, he was fighting the flu the last couple days. We asked him about that yesterday. Said he felt great now, thinks he's past it. Ollie Marmol, his manager, though, did say they're going to be monitoring him for fatigue. You know, coming back from flu, it takes a little bit to get you strength.
Vitamin C. Nolan Arenado, still with the team. Taking that leadership role kind of seriously now. Can he contribute to this, or is his head somewhere else?
You know, yesterday, standing there watching him take ground balls at third base, I just thought to myself, I never thought this was going to be the case pretty much any time during the offseason. John Mozeliak said priority 1, 2, and 3 this offseason was trading this guy, and he's still here. Everybody making the best of it, of course. Nolan's a pro. He's going to be a leader. He's going to be the guy that says all the right things, and he wants to have a bounce-back year. He hit 16 home runs last year. He's never hit that few home runs since his rookie season in Colorado, so he's taking it personally to have a better year. He says he wants the fans to kind of remember him a little bit better.
Okay. Good years also mean good money.
Yeah.
Big contract.
Exactly.
One other thing happening this year is young players getting the opportunities. Who are you looking at right now and going, that's going to be the guy down the line?
That's really the message of this whole season. People are kind of confused about that because you say young players getting opportunities. Well, we've seen all these guys before.
True.
Both things can kind of be true at the same time. A lot of these guys have major league experience, but they're going to get a long runway, as Ali Marmol has said. They're going to get opportunities to figure things out. Jordan Walker, Lars Nootbaar, Brendan Donovan, Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera, Matthew Liberatore, Andre Palante. There's a ton of guys who are really going to be counted on. This is their chance. This is their moment. This is their season to kind of seize their opportunity.
I was going to say, name another player. And then.
You can just go down the whole roster here.
All of them better have their acts together.
Love it.
Thanks a lot, Corey.
Yeah.
We'll have more of Corey coming up in their next half hour. Speaking of the man standing by in the wings, warming up in the bullpen, Corey Miller. He's going to come up and talk a little baseball with us. You might want to turn towards the camera so they get. There you go. There you go. Remember our opening day coverage. We'll continue.
10 o'clock, you can start making your way down here for the pep rally. Also, the Ford Plaza, by the way, very kid-friendly zone if you're coming out today.
Yes. Gates open up at noon, by the way. But Corey is also here early. Can't wait for the gates to open up. Corey Miller here to talk some true Cardinals baseball, to give us a breakdown of the team for 2025. Wilson Contreras, no longer behind the plate, now at first base. How they look in spring training?
No, usually on opening day we're talking about new players here in St. Louis. Don't really have any of those. We got one reliever, Phil Maton, he's new. We do have Wilson Contreras, who's at a new position though. That's getting a lot of traction over the offseason. And Wilson looks pretty good at first base. You know, down in spring training he told me he doesn't have to worry about all those catching meetings, kind of going through the rigor of being a catcher, and he gets to focus on his offense. Paid off in spring, he hit over 400, looked great. Even his coach, Ali Marmol, said he did not think Wilson was going to be this good this early at first base. So looking pretty good over there so far.
Thanks for the optimism, manager.
No kidding. Okay, so that makes the question then, who's catching now?
So we got Ivan Herrera and Pedro Pages behind the plate this season for the Cardinals. Ivan Herrera is going to get the start on opening day. He actually started last opening day with Wilson a little banged up. He had a home run, if everybody will remember. He had a big opening day. Great attitude. He's just ready for this opportunity. So he's been waiting for it for his whole life. We are going to see some bit of a split here. I know the Cardinals like Pages' defensive ability behind home plate, but Herrera gets the first call, and he's ready for it.
Now, we're all hyped up for baseball. It is opening day, but come on, man. The St. Louis Blues right now, they are the talk of the town. How many wins in a row?
7.
There you go.
7.
Number 8 going forward tonight. Your thoughts on if this team can make it to the postseason?
Listen, I put this out there online, and it felt a little sacrilegious, but I'm getting some 2019 vibes in here. It feels that good right now with this group. I mean, they're just humming at an alarming rate. They're scoring goals. They're crushing everybody. The schedule's lining up right now. They are just 2 points out of the first wild card spot, which nobody thought was was a possibility,
Yeah.
and they're 3 points up on that second wild card spot. So, you know, we're not there yet. We got about 9 games left, but, you know, playoff outlook in St. Louis, pretty good on the ice right now.
Can we start singing Gloria yet?
Not quite yet. We got to put
No, new song.
We got to get a new song?
Yeah, we have to get a new song.
New
All right.
song.
We'll think of something. I was leaning forward too much with my anticipation for tonight's game.
Wait, so question, are you going to take a break, like a nap? What are you doing between
I think we're
now
getting
and
a
the game?
power nap in, then I'll be back at noon, and we've got our streaming show at 12:30, and then I get to, you know, eat some hot dogs and some Ted Drews up in the press box on opening day and watch some baseball. That's my plan.
You guys get Ted Drews up in the press box?
Usually. Now, I'm hoping that's just a tradition, and we get it this year, too.
Okay. Hopefully you
You
brought
deserve
some
it.
sweats too. I think your waistline's going to expand. All right, Corey, thanks for being here.
Thanks for
Always
having
a
me.
pleasure to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
Fist bump. All right, let's toss it over to Anthony Slaughter right now.
What can you expect from the Cardinals this year? There are a few new faces, and they're hoping for a better outcome than the 2024 season. Sports Director Frank Cusimano and our Corey Miller are live inside Busch Stadium with a preview. Frank and Corey?
All right, Kay, thank you very much, and welcome inside Busch Stadium. It's the quiet before the storm. We should say we have felt some raindrops. The tarp is on the field. Maybe no batting practice. Now, Corey, of course, the biggest question in the minds of St. Louisans, we baseball geeks, what does that opening lineup look like for the Redbirds? You
Well,
have it.
look, I'm going to give it to you right here, and it's an interesting one.
Yes.
We got some things to talk about. Lars Nootbaar in left, leading off. Wilson Contreras at first base, hitting second. Donovan at second base, hitting third. Nolan Arenado at third base. Alec Burleson DHing. Ivan Herrera gets a start behind the plate. And Jordan Walker's in right. Victor Scott the second in center, and Mason Wynn at shortstop. What jumps out to you first of all?
Well, I like the fact that Lars Nootbaar is leading off because he is an on-base machine. What do you want from your leadoff guy? You want a guy that draws walks. Now, I think a lot of people, Corey, are thinking, wait a minute, Mason Wynn, he was the best player in the team last year. Why is he hitting last? Well, he had a really brutal spring.
We talked about that in the dugout with Ollie yesterday, and Ollie said, like a couple seconds into that conversation with Mason where he told him he was moving him down, Mason said, we don't have to say anything else, I understand it. Kind of the maturity showing from the young guy. Wilson Contreras hitting second is interesting to me. I think in this day and age of baseball, you want to get your guys who do the damage the most at bats as you can. Hitting him second instead of third or fourth, I think, does that.
You go lefty, righty to begin with. Now, I think the key to the season, the most important player of the Cardinals this season, will be Jordan Walker. And I hope at the end of the year, this is the one stat I want more than anything, is 600 at-bats.
Yeah.
I don't want him being sent to Memphis and being yanked around back and forth. This guy has got to play. We got to find out.
And we've heard that's the plan for a lot of these guys, especially Jordan. Even if they struggle a little bit, they've got that long runway to prove they belong here.
All right, much more coming up on 5 Plus. We'll have a half-hour pregame show beginning at 12:30. With photographer Tom Stasiak, Corey Miller, I'm Frank Cusimano. Let's send it back.
The rain-delayed home opener wrapped up about 2 hours ago, and tonight the Cardinals have given fans something to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a long season, but there's high hopes and low expectations. 5 on your side's Corey Miller is just back from the ballpark and the Cardinals clubhouse. Corey?
Well, Mike, it was a very happy Cardinals clubhouse. It may have been a long day for the team and their fans, but it was all worth it in the end. The Cardinals are 1-0 to start 2025. About an hour and a half rain delay at Busch today before the Cardinals and Minnesota Twins could begin the season. Weather won't stop those Clydesdales, though. Couple of big home runs in this one. Lars Nootbaar first, belts one out to right. That gave the Cardinals a 3-0 lead. Cards up 4-3 in the eighth. How about some insurance from a guy most folks thought wouldn't even be here today? Nolan Arenado with an opening day bomb. He gets the curtain call, the crowd loves it, and Ryan Helsley finishes off a Sonny Gray win as the Cardinals beat the Twins 5-3 on opening day.
I mean, you can talk about all these different words of being electric and bringing energy and relentless, and then actually doing it. And they did exactly that. I mean, they're running all over the field, making plays, stealing bases, or at bats. Like, that is what a relentless at bat looks like, 1 through 9.
Later on in sports, we will go into the Cardinal locker room to hear from Lars Nootbaar and a reflective Nolan Arenado after another memorable opening day at Busch Stadium. In sports, it's often said that it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. The Blues attempted that feat tonight against Nashville, who they met for the 3rd time in just 10 days. Oh yeah, the note we're also trying to win their 8th straight game. There is the playoff picture. Blues just 2 points out of the first wild card spot coming into tonight. They were down 2-0 early, though, but the hottest player on the planet comes through. Dylan Holloway, 2-1. We're not done with him quite yet. Third period now. Cam Fowler smashes one. We're tied at 2. And then 22 seconds later, here comes Holloway again. Are you kidding me? Blues lead. This one literally went down to the final buzzer. The Predators thought they tied it as the clock ran out, but the replay said, not so fast. Blues win 3-2. It is their 8th win in a row as they keep pace in the playoff race. In the grand schedule of 162 games, the results of one individual game can seem insignificant in the big picture. But in St. Louis, the home opener feels like everything. In a stated year of transition, the Cardinals are a club filled with guys looking to prove themselves. We saw plenty to like today against the Twins. It was soggy to start, about an hour-and-a-half rain delay, but the weather was not going to keep the Clydesdales from their annual trot or Sonny Gray off the mound. Cards would give Sonny an early lead. Brendan Donovan in the 3-hole, RBI single, 1-0 Cardinals in the first inning. Second inning, they stay hot. Leadoff hitter Lars Nootbaar showing off some power. Big time 2-run blast to right. Lars is pretty fired up. Cardinals lead 3-0. Gray was cruising on the hill, 4 scoreless innings after this strikeout. He went 5, struck out 6 on the day. Here was Sonny's only blemish of opening day. Old friend Harrison Bader tagged him for a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Cardinals still led 4-2 at that point. Likely the play of the day right here. 2 on, Cards up 2, and Victor Scott rides to the rescue in center field. What a catch to keep it a 2-run lead. Cardinals lost that 2-run lead to make it 4-3, but Nolan Arenado got it right back with a solo shot in the 8th. What a moment from a guy most people thought would not even be here today. And in the 9th, Ryan Helsley picks up right where he left off last season to close out the 5-3 opening day victory. It was a textbook example for how this year's Cardinals want to play, and an emotional day for their third baseman.
It meant a lot to me today. I took it all in, and I usually don't, but today I did, and you know, the way they cheered for me, it meant a lot to me and got me motivated, and I was just fortunate to give them something to cheer about again also. So, you know, I just want to thank them for that. It meant a lot to me and my family. It was a really cool day.
You know, we have a young group here, and so, you know, you only know what you know. And so for us to come out here against a really good team and get a win, you know, it's always nice to start the season off with a win, too. So just having that positive energy, going into the off day, after, like, you know, I heard Nolan talk about it, too, after a long day today, you know, kind of letting it soak in a little bit coming in tomorrow and knowing, you know, that's kind of the expectation for us every day.
If you look at, like, who are the Cardinals and who are the St. Louis Cardinals, I feel like that game is kind of can embody who we are and who we want to be.
Of course, opening day is as much about the pageantry before the game as the game itself. And the Red Jacket Club came out in style once again. There's Tony La Russa. Here comes Scott Rowland. Hey, look, there's Vince Coleman. It never gets old for the fans or the Hall of Famers themselves.
I guess it means that you did something that people appreciated, Frank. It's a feeling of appreciation, and this has always been a very special place for all of us.
The day after I got fired, my wife Allie and I went to have breakfast somewhere, and they bought me breakfast. I mean, that's the town. They embrace you, and you're always royalty when you have a connection with the Cardinals, and it's always felt like a second home.
It was opening day all around baseball. You might remember that guy. Tyler O'Neill's now with the Orioles, but some things never change. O'Neill went yard for the O's against Toronto today. It is his 6th straight opening day with a home run. No player ever in baseball has done that. Baltimore won 12-2. Hey, we have an awesome Sports Plus on deck for Sunday night. Jim Montgomery is coming in studio to talk about his hottest team in hockey, and the one and only Nature Boy, Ric Flair, stops by as well. That is Sunday night at 10:30.
You know, speaking of the Blues, 8 in a row, and I noticed earlier where I was working on some things, I said, oh, they're down 2-0. I thought, oh, well, this will be the time they finally lose one. But
never count this team out right now. What a sports day in St. Louis. Hard to script a better one.
And all the things that you want to go right for the Cardinals went right today. Sonny Gray did not look good in spring training. Looked good today.
Just one game, but, you know, I'll take it for right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, we'll take it.